Hi guys, welcome to Classic TV Facts and Trivia. Thank you so much for being here. Today's video is on Jim Nabors, who played Gomer Pyle, of course, and how he got a letter from Ron Howard, who played Opie, more than 50 years after they met. And this letter is really cool, so you guys want to see this. So stick around to the end. Let's take a look. For 23 episodes between 62 and 64, Jim Nabors played Gomer Pyle on The Andy Griffith Show. Now, while the character would eventually have his own spin-off with Gomer Pyle USMC, he lived in Mayberry for a few years before enlisting. Gomer lived side by side with the Taylors and Barney Fife, all of which gave Nabors the meaningful experience of working with some of the greatest performers of his day. People always want to know, of course, whether the co-stars stayed in touch after the production wrapped. Nabors reunited briefly with some of his castmates for the Andy Griffith, Don Knotts, Jim Nabors Show, a 1965 variety program. While the sketch format would have allowed plenty of opportunity for the three men to appear as their Mayberry characters, none of them did. Foregoing the chance to cash in on what already made them famous, the actors attempted to satisfy audience expectation by performing new characters previously unseen on the Andy Griffith Show. The cast of the Andy Griffith Show reunited for the 1986 Return to Mayberry television movie and the public appearances that surrounded the program, but this was a rare example of Nabors, Knotts, and Griffith working together after the 60s. Accounts persisted that Griffith and Knotts resented Nabors' success and both held a serious grudge. In fact, Griffith went decades without even speaking to Nabors. Now, while the grown-ups of Mayberry may not have all kept in touch, one of the youngest residents still wrote to Nabors decades later. In 2014 interview with the Indianapolis Monthly, Nabors had the chance to discuss one of his favorite topics, the Indy 500, where the actor had the pleasure and honor of starting the festivities each year with his rousing rendition of Back Home Again in Indiana. However, the wide-ranging conversation naturally touched on the highlights of yesteryear. The interviewer asked Nabors if he kept in touch with Ron Howard, and the answer was genuinely heartwarming. I got a letter from him the other day, and it was the sweetest note, said Nabors. A very personal thing, and I was dumbfounded to get it. He was talking about how he just turned 60. See, I've known Ron since he was 6 years old. He wrote this letter, and he said that he was going to have a party for his 60th birthday, but it coincided with the Academy Awards, and too many of his friends wouldn't be able to come. He said if he ever did decide to have a party, I would certainly be on the top of that list. A lot of things I don't agree with Ron Howard in, and I won't get into it, but he seems... everything I've read about him just seems like a really upstanding, nice, good guy. And I thought that was really, well, as Jim Nabors put it, what a sweet thing to do. I mean, that was just a really nice thing to do. Now, a couple things in this that I found. One, I don't think Don Knotts and Andy Griffith resented Jim Nabors whatsoever. I don't believe that. And I don't believe, on that special, I do believe that Andy and Don they recreated the Andy Taylor and Barney Fife thing, unless they had a different special, because I've seen video, and it's quite funny, really. But as far as, doing the singing variety thing, no, that didn't work for him. I'm sorry, it just didn't. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. If you like Andy Griffith Show, I'm getting ready to go do a video on the Andy Griffith Show now over on the Andy Griffith Show Facts and Trivia, so you want to check that out. Classic rock and country music facts and trivia is on a legendary band that is getting back together after 44 years to record a new album. And this is really neat, guys. You need to check that out. Please like this video, and if you have not yet, please subscribe. You guys have a great day. God bless. I'm praying for you.